And I remember driving back home quite a few times in the morning on the empty streets of London, back to when people were actually in lockdown and they weren't going out on the streets, driving across Putney Bridge, listening to heart radio saying thank you to the NHS or applaud for the heroes. And I just wept for no other reason than being tired. I just was so physically and mentally exhausted from working those shifts that I just cried for a solid 10 seconds, stopped, then had a song come on the radio that was Coldplay or something, and that caused me once again to explode. And I'd have a good 10 sessions of crying in the car on the way back home. And I just remember standing in the shower, staring at the wall, trying to just release of everything I've seen that day, and then know that I'm still needed in the morning.
Did you find things like that then, like people on the radio saying like thank you NHS, and what about like the clap for the carers? Was that really helpful during the first peak?
All the thank you for the NHSs were heartfelt and lovely to listen to, but working in intensive care, especially night shifts, when my shift started at 7 p.m. and finished at 8 a.m., we wouldn't hear it. We were in closed bays, and there's no time to even look at the clock to see that it's 8 o'clock and everyone's applauding. So I didn't really necessarily see or feel anything from that. And even on my days off, I was just too exhausted to even look outside. I was just sleeping throughout the entire day and night.
Okay, really interesting. And the reason why I wanted to go back to the clap for carers and stuff is because as a member of the general public, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to like give you a massive push, but I guess I thought clap for carers, I thought that's a nice way of showing our solidarity. It's a nice way of showing that we care, because I think the first wave, I think most people would agree that we really did care and we really did want to get across to the NHS that, you know what, this is abnormal. You're doing extra work. We're sitting at home. Some of us are furloughed. We want to show our support. The fact that didn't come through to you is quite saddening, I think. And I think a lot of the public will probably agree with that point of view. And the fact that, you know, you're not being showed support in the payment of this. You're not being showed support in, at the moment, any mental health counselling stuff that should just be part of your job. You're not being shown it in debriefs. You know, it's just crazy. But I mean, you kind of did mention that listening to the radio and just, you know, thank you NHS, that kind of broke through a little bit. I mean, but this second wave is insane. I mean, we've had reports of people outside hospitals that are saying COVID isn't real outside intensive care units, and that's going to have a horrible effect on you guys if you can hear that stuff. What can the public do other than, I mean, it's a simple message, stay at home and don't get ill and just show support that way. But is there a way that we can show our support to you guys? Like, is there anything we can do for you? Because I don't know how often the public asks that question.
I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest. Like I said, we want it to be over as much as everyone else does. So, like I said, sticking to lockdown is the easiest way to do that. We don't expect people to be bowing down and, you know, kissing our feet for the job we do. This is...
But shall we? I
don't think you should. Thank you. I don't think anyone wants that. We are just doing our job and we just want to get back to a normal life. So that's it, really.
I feel like I said this in the last one as well, we are indebted, and I don't know how to show that. And I think a lot of people are showing it through donating. I don't know if that's the best way of doing it. I think a lot of time people just throw money at things. Is it our place? I'm not really sure. I would love to find a solution. So maybe if you can't think of one now, then have a think, go away and then tell me. I'd love to think of a solution to just show people that are working in these intensive care units that we care. Because I think we do. And I think also the media stuff, I just hope that people can really see the effect this is having and the effect that it is real, because then maybe people will start making more informed choices.
Exactly.